I also really like going on long trail rides. Living in the Gulf Islands is great because I can get on Bear and ride trails right from my house. Bear also likes to go for walks down our road and the roads around our house. Bear's really good with traffic, and he's also fine with dogs, who sometimes run out of their driveways. He's used to dogs because at his last home, there were dogs running through his paddock all the time.
Well, Cody, my stallion, is still fairly young, and he can be a handful, as any stallion can. No stallion should be trusted. You can trust him to a certain degree, but a stallion, you have to understand horses to be able to deal with any stallion. And I would never leave him with anybody else to handle, with any child to handle. That doesn't have the understanding and the natural affinity with him. So I asked Emily to hang around and whether she'd be willing to groom him. And as long as there was an adult around, I felt comfortable that she could cope with him. And I would not normally feel that with any other child or anybody of her age. And as it turned out, she could easily cope with him. He was a little bit of a, from what I've heard, a little bit of a jerk, but because she is quiet and she has that affinity and doesn't get into a tiz, which is so important, she could cope with him, and I would feel comfortable doing it again. And in time, hopefully, if she would be willing, I would like to take her and work more with him, and who knows, maybe down the road she'd be willing to show him for me in hand.
I'm also very interested in training horses. So this past summer I spent some time at my riding instructor's place, where she had 3 foals. She was just starting their training. The early stages of a young horse's training are very basic. Getting them used to a halter and lead rope is one of the first things you work on. They don't always like it, but you have to be firm. Foals are powerful animals and you need to take charge.
Watch it. Well done, Emily. Well done. Hey, you want to close?
The focus at this stage is basically just getting them used to people handling them and being around people. Even grooming is part of their early training. We won't be putting saddles on these young horses for at least a year. It was interesting and a lot of fun.